Pause again while you write today's lesson objective in your math notebook. Today's objective is students will use a horizontal or vertical format to add and subtract linear expressions. Pause while you write the key vocabulary in the words worth knowing section of your interactive student notebook. A linear expression is an algebraic expression in which the exponent of the variable is 1. You can use a vertical or a horizontal method to add linear expressions. Be sure to include the examples in your notebook. Example 1, adding linear expressions. Find each sum. Letter A, we are going to use the vertical method, x minus 2 plus 3x plus 8. We align like terms vertically and add x minus 2 on top, 3x plus 8 on the bottom. X plus 3x equals 4x, minus 2 plus 8 equals plus 6. Letter B, negative 4y plus 3 plus 11y minus 5. We're going to use the horizontal method, which means we use properties of operations to group like terms and simplify. So we rewrite the sum, and what they've done here is they've just rewritten it without the parentheses, and then they use the commutative property of addition to move the like terms so that they're next door to each other. And then we group the like terms, so we put parentheses around them. So we have negative 4y plus 11 grouped together and 3 minus 5 grouped together. And then we combine the like terms, so we have 7y minus 2. Example 2, we're still adding linear expressions. We just need to use the distributive property before we start to resolve the first part of this, where we have the 2 sitting outside the parentheses. So we do that, and when we're done, we have negative 15z plus 6 plus 5z minus 2. And then we use the commutative property of addition to move the like terms so they're sitting next to each other. And then we combine like terms, so we have negative 10z plus 4. Now we're going to work on the on your own problems. Remember to copy these into your notebook as we go. For number 1, x plus 3 plus 2x minus 1, I'll be doing this one vertically, so we'll align the like terms. So it looks like this, 2x minus 1. So we just add x plus 2x equals 3x, and then 3 minus 1 equals 2. So we have 3x plus 2. Number 2, let's try that one horizontally. So we have negative 8z plus 4 plus 8z minus 7. So if we do this one horizontally, we would regroup using the commutative property. So we have negative 8z plus 8z plus 4 minus 7. So we can see that negative 8z plus 8z is 0, so we don't need to write anything there. And then 4 minus 7 equals negative 3. Now with number 3, we need to use the distributive property to resolve the part with the 2 sitting outside the parentheses. So we end up with 4 minus n plus 2 times negative 5n is negative 10n, and 2 times 3 is 6, so that's plus 6. So we can now group our like terms together. So we have 4 plus 6, and we have negative n plus a negative 10n is a minus 10n. So now we can start combining our like terms. 4 plus 6 is 10, and negative n minus 10n is minus 11n. Now number 4, we have to be careful because we have to resolve both of our sections with the distributive property. So we have to multiply 1/2 w, or 1/2 times everything in the parentheses, which gives us 1/2 w minus half of 6, which is 3. And then we're adding that to 1/4 times everything inside of those parentheses, and so that's 1/4 w plus 1/4 of 12, which is 3. So now we can put our like terms next door to each other, and we have 1/4 w, 1/2 w, which we can rewrite as 2/4 w, so we have common denominators, plus 1/4 w minus 3 plus 3. So 2/4 w plus 1/4 w is 3/4 w, and negative 3 plus 3 equals 0. Now we're going to move on to subtracting linear expressions, and all you need to do here, it says at the top, to subtract one linear expression from another, you add the opposite of each term in the expression. You can use a vertical or a horizontal method. So your key here is in this study tip. It says to find the opposite of a linear expression, you can multiply the expression by -1. So you just multiply everything in it by -1. So A, we have 5x plus 6 minus negative x plus 6. So we're using the vertical method here. We align like terms vertically and subtract. So 5x plus 6 minus negative x plus 6. We add the opposite, so it looks like this. 5x plus 6 plus x minus 6. So 5x plus x is 6x, and 6 minus 6 is 0, so we're just left with a 6x. Letter B, we're using the horizontal method, and we group like terms and simplify. So 7y plus 5 minus 2 times 4y minus 3. So when we resolve this using the distributive property, that takes care of adding the opposite. So 7y plus 5, and you use the distributive property here, so that is negative 8y plus 6. And then we use the commutative property of addition to put the like terms together. So we have 7y minus 8y plus 5 plus 6. And we group the like terms, and then we combine them. So we end up with negative y plus 11. So now back to on your own, so remember to write them in your notebook. Find the difference. Number 5, m minus 3 minus negative m plus 12. So we're going to take the opposite or add the opposite. So we're going to put a plus sign. So the opposite of negative m is positive m, and the opposite of positive 12 is negative 12. So now we want to group our like terms, m plus m and minus 3 minus 12. So m plus m is 2m, and minus 3 minus 12, or negative 3 minus 12 is negative 15. Number 6, we need to resolve both of these with our distributive properties. So we have negative 2c and negative 2 times 2.5 is negative 5, and negative 5 times 1.2 equals negative 6, so that's minus 6c, and negative 5 times 4 is a minus 20. So now let's group the like terms together. So we've got negative 2c minus 6c minus 5 minus 20. So negative 2c minus 6c is negative 8c, and negative 5 minus 20 is minus 25. And now we're going to take a look at number 7. It says, what if in example 4 you sell the hat for D plus $2? How much do you earn from buying and selling the hat? So if our earnings equal our selling price minus the purchase price, and they are telling us that now our selling price is D plus 2, and our purchase price is still D minus 2, then we need to subtract D minus D, and we're going to add our first 2 from here, so that's a plus 2, and then we're going to add our second 2 because we're taking the opposite, so minus negative 2, that's a plus 2 from the second set of parentheses. So D minus D is 0, and 2 plus 2 equals 4. So we make $4.